Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a pretty in-depth video about my favorite stationery from 2023. Some of it's new, some of it was gifted, some of it is just stuff that I find myself reaching back for. Here I'm just showing my new little charm for my travelers. It is an old necklace, but I think it's really cute, so I just attached it to the string. So yeah, just showing my everyday carry journal here, and I'll get into the things that I used this year with it. So for Christmas, one of my close friends this year, shout out Katrina, got me this really cute felt embroidered bookmark with my initial on it. I think it's so cute and I just wanted to carry it. It also prevents the edges of my insert from getting frayed, so that's a plus. So firstly, jumping into this Midori notepad, it has like a slim grid on it and it's typical MD paper. When I first bought this, it was a bit of an impulse buy, but I find myself reaching for it all the time. It has a little Midori logo on the bottom and just a really faint grid. And it's also just glued on two sides, which I kind of like because the paper doesn't move a lot around as much as you're writing. And then you can just like tear it off and, you know, use it however you want, like a regular notepad. So I really enjoyed this year. I find myself kind of just leaving it on my desk for notes at work. I've also used it for letter writing. Sometimes I cut up this paper and put it in my travelers, because one thing about the travelers is that it doesn't lay flat, which bothers me. So this helps. These pens have also been in my lineup this year. These are the Sarasa clip pens in the vintage set, I think it's called. I am missing one, I can't find it, but these are the other colors. There's some beautiful reds, there's a dark green, a couple different blues, and a really pretty royal purple. These are all in the 0.5 size. And yeah, I'll just do a little pen test so you can see how they write. These are also pretty. I know a lot of people love the brown one. I think that might be my favorite. But yeah, they do write really well and they're very like comfortable. The pen body is very comfortable. I love the clip. But I find that I just prefer a thinner pen. So as much as I've been reaching for those for sort of underlining and stuff, I use them more like not for actually writing entries. I prefer like a 0.38 or sometimes even a 0.28. Another one I reach for all the time, it's the Uniball 1. This is the sort of slimmer one. I can't remember the name of the other one that's like the thicker version of this, but I love the skeleton clip on the side too, and I like this gray color in particular for like underlining things or drawing like little doodles that I don't want to draw as much attention to as like my black ink writing, for example. So I think having a gray pen has actually been really useful, and I'd recommend it even if it's not this one. Just having like a lighter ink to sort of use for like almost subtitles or like afterthought stuff that doesn't take away from the darker, I guess, main ink of an entry or in a planner. Up next is obviously, how could I not mention these? These are the Tombow dual brush pens. I feel like if you've ever watched a stationery video, you've probably seen these before. If you haven't, they're a dual-ended brush pen. They come in all kinds of colors. And they have like a brush pen on one side and the other side is like a slimmer fine liner marker. This has been my favorite color lately, 228. It's quite new to me. It's sort of like a sagey green, and I'm really loving the earth tones, if you couldn't tell from the Sarasa pens, but I just love like greens, browns, dark yellows in my journal. So I use this all the time for brush lettering, underlining, doodling. Even sometimes like I'll just write the date and then highlight it with one of these because it just draws attention. It's pretty, and the colors are aesthetic, as one might say. And here I just, when I was swatching them, I tried to do like the up with less pressure, downstroke with more pressure, just so you could see what it looks like if you're actually into brush lettering. I know like Amanda Rachley, she's super popular and she uses those a lot. This is the smaller, I think this is like a more hard kind of brush pen, kind of like the Tombow, but it has a little bit less flexibility. Also from Tombow, I think it's called Food Denisake. I'm probably saying that very wrong, but it's similar. So you'll see in this swatch, it does have that variation depending on pressure when you're writing. So if you're good at brush lettering, this is a great pen, but unfortunately I'm not, and I find that original Tombow, like the green one, is much more forgiving. I put this on this list because I do really like this pen and I want to use it more, but I just don't know how yet. So I did get it in 2023 and I do enjoy using it, but I'm just not good at making my lettering look great with it yet, but we'll get there. So this is my typical like everyday kind of lineup for just regular writing utensils. And yeah, I like to have a pencil in there, but to be honest, I don't reach for it super often. That being said, though, I have one ballpoint pen, one gel pen, and then one erasable pen. But the one I always go back to is this purple Uniball Jetstream ballpoint. And it's a 0.38 nib, which is my favorite. I really love like a very thin ballpoint pen. I find any higher than 0.38, you're going to start getting like a lot of like ink blobs, and anything smaller kind of looks more like a pencil. So for me, this is like a perfect size for everyday journaling, and it's super comfortable, and it's just a very, very good standard pen. So this is just me testing it on the Midori grid. You'll see it's like pretty faint looking, but it is still my favorite, and I believe it comes in a lot of colors too. For gel pens, the Muji gel pen is a classic. A lot of people like the one with the cap too, but I like a clicky pen. Very minimalist body, very aesthetic in terms of pens. This is a 0.3. And the ink is super dark. These come in a lot of different colors, but I just usually like writing in black. But yeah, the ink is really, really dark. If that's a deal breaker for you, then, I mean, you probably don't like gel pens in general, but this one especially I feel like is very dark. And then a classic, I actually discovered this because I used to do a lot of hand embroidery, and the way these pens are erasable by friction, they're actually erasable by heat, which I think is the same thing. So if you were to draw on fabric, which I used to for my embroidery, when you're done embroidering, you can you can just use the iron and get rid of all the lines. So yeah, this is obviously great. I love using this for long form journaling. If I make mistakes or write something in there that I change my mind about, being able to erase it is obviously a great feature of that pen. And speaking of erasable, we have a classic pencil. This is just a Staedtler 2B Tradition pencil. I think I got this at Walmart. I've had one pencil for I don't know how long, but it works. And that is a grippy I got from Paper Plus Cloth that I put on there sometimes if I'm using it for a longer period of time. But yeah, pretty standard, regular, just pencil. And I actually found this silver pen cap at my old work. Somebody left it, and yeah, I stole it. So I've been keeping that on there. And I love that. I'd probably buy one if I hadn't found that one on the floor. Because I just love how when I put my pencil in my pencil case now, it doesn't get lead everywhere. So yeah, those are all the swatches. If you're thinking about any of those products, you can see them. In the scissors category, I have a regular pair of mint green Westcott scissors. Having a giant pair of scissors, like it's great for around the house, but I like it even just for cutting like regular papers like I mentioned earlier. And this is a little travel scissor from Paper Plus Cloth, which has these little handles that pop out in the form of a little wire. So when it closes up, it fits about a pen holder and kind of looks like a pen. But when it folds out, it's a fully functioning tiny pair of scissors. So those are great for cutting washi tape and stuff on the go. Next up are some more classics and things I reach for all the time. These are just brass clips. These are usually sold at like stationery stores, but I find these are invaluable if you like journaling frequently. These little midori clips, I think I mentioned in a previous video I got from Paper Plus Cloth. They're more like a bookmark style clip than like a binder clip. Actually, I'd say they're more like a tab, but I put them in the brass category because they're brass. But they're used just as little reusable tab holders or bookmarks. And I love that you can move them around and never have to buy new ones. They also age really well. Then I just have some 2 mini metal binder clips. I can't remember the brand name of this one. It was from Paper Plus Cloth as well. That's a Mercury one. A little bit bigger. And they both have that like flat kind of claw so that you're not making any dents on your pages. They're both quite strong as well, but nothing is as strong or as flat as the brass traveler's clip. It's also more expensive, but I really think it's worth it. This holds open my regular travelers with inserts almost completely flat. So it's really, really useful. It's also pretty. I got the one with the travel detailing on it. This is a recent purchase, I think from my last video, the polycarbonate double ruler from Muji. Just a nice like foldable ruler. I used to carry a metal 15 centimeter Muji ruler for a long time, but it's nice having the option to be able to go across 2 pages with a ruler like this one. Next, in the tapes category, I have a Wiper Petite Plus correction tape and a Glue Dots rolling tape. I think I just got this one from Amazon. I used to use the Midori one, which I liked a lot, but I find it hard to find in Toronto, so I ordered this pack from Amazon, and you basically just roll it on like a whiteout, but it makes like a sticky double-sided tape. So that's what I use mostly for gluing ephemera in. And then this tiny Petite Plus cream color correction tape, 2.5 millimeters. It's slim enough to fit in the grid of a Hobonichi Weeks, which was mainly why I bought it. But I actually kept using it because the 2.5 grid is amazing. Like, my writing is pretty small anyway, but even in the travelers, like, I like the cream color. I like how like precise it is, and I'm definitely going to be refilling that when I run out. I think that's actually a great point for people who prefer cream paper. Like, getting a cream correction tape changes the game. This is my Traveler's passport size sticker release paper, which is another great purchase from 2023. I use this like anytime I get a sticker sheet, I put all the stickers in there, and then I can just have all my stickers all the time, like wherever I bring this little book. So it's also great if you're on the go, or even if someone gives you a sticker or you peel a sticker off of something, you have somewhere to put it that it doesn't have to live forever. There's been a lot of times where like I'll put like one of those vinyl stickers on my hydro flask and then change my mind and put it in this sticker paper, and then I can go back to it later. So I think this has been invaluable as well, and definitely one of my favorites. Next up in stamps and ink. This isn't something I purchased in 2023. I've probably had this for like 5 years. It's an ink pad from Yellow Owl Workshop, and I bought it at the Paper Place, I think, here in Toronto. And I have another brown one as well. Same with this kitty date thing. I lost the bottom of it, but it still works. I use this very frequently for dating my journal entries. I just love the look. It gives that like vintage like look. It's kind of reminiscent of, maybe this will age me, but when you check out a library card at school or check out a library book and then they stamp that card with the date. That's what that reminds me of, and it's kind of nostalgic, so I love using that to date my entries. And the cat is cute. Next are my favorite washi tapes. If you want solid color washi tapes, I don't think you can get anything better than an MT tape, honestly. They're so easy to use, they're vibrant, and you can write on them, which is nice. And that being said, I think they're called MT because they're technically masking tapes, but they don't really feel like a painter's masking tape. It's some kind of like hybrid between a regular washi tape and a masking tape is what these feel like. And as well as they stick down on paper, they also come off really easily. So if you make a mistake and put it in the wrong spot, you can easily peel them off and restick them, which is a huge bonus. I have a stark white color and then kind of like an off-white beige, and I want to get a lot more. I already went through a whole blue one. This is same brand MT. It's the slim version. I think this is called embroidery or cross stitch or something like that. I got this recently as well, and I've been using it frequently. The slim ones are very versatile. And I love the pattern on this. It's kind of reminiscent of like a winter cozy sweater. So I've been using that in quite a few spreads recently. This one I'll have to find the brand because I don't remember it, but it's a really pretty doily kind of lace pattern. Also a paper tape, and I've been using that frequently. I love it like at the bottom of a photo or of ephemera that's been pasted in. It looks very cute. These are just some other tapes that I've had for a few years, but I found myself reaching to quite frequently this year. I think these both might be from Wonder Pens. They're kind of like animal and like nature themed. I just find that I don't reach for super wide washi tape that frequently, so they have lasted me a while, but they're so pretty. This one has like mushrooms and pumpkins and some more fall kind of foliage on it. I used that a lot this fall. It's so pretty. Another thin washi tape that I reached for a lot, I think this is from Hanji. This one is unbranded, but yeah, it's a slim moon and stars washi tape, which I love. It's really versatile, it's really cute. I love anything that's like celestial themed. I recently bought a Robiki note that's I think called Star Map. It's so pretty. It has that celestial kind of blue and gold look with the star map on it. Another washi tape I love, this one's from Wonder Pens. I think it's supposed to be images of France, and they're all like hand drawn in this sort of dark blue ink. There's like a palace and a countryside, some wine and cheese, there's a cat, constellation, there's a little Eiffel Tower and like knockoff Picasso for some reason on there. I don't think he's on that one that I just pulled out, but he's on there somewhere. It freaks me out every time. This is another one. I think this is a soda washi, and I got the one that has these little stamps that are floral, and each one is different. Sometimes I cut them, so I use just the one stamp, and sometimes I'll use it as a tape roll. I love it too. I'm not a huge fan of the glossy washi tapes, but I think of it more like a sticker, and I use it kind of sparingly, but I think the colors are so vibrant and pretty. This is another clear one, but it's not glossy, it's more of a matte finish. Also from Paper Plus Cloth. It's like blue and purple ribbons, which everybody's having a bow moment. I think I said that in one of my last videos. I'm seeing bows everywhere lately. But I thought that was really cute. And then lastly, this is one thick washi tape that I actually do use frequently, at least during December. I got it from Paper Plus Cloth as well. And it's this gorgeous sort of silver foiled Christmas town scene with like little buildings and people and snow, and it's just so pretty. I use it all the time. I even put it on some Christmas gifts this year. Like I attached like Christmas cards to the gift with that. And then how could I not mention these? These are the sticker dots. Again, I can't remember the brand name, but I'll put them below, and I think I have them linked to my other video as well. These are paper sticker dots, and they come in different color palettes, different sizes. This one is just, I love it. I use them so frequently. They create like nice texture if you add multiple elements. Like if you put washi tape and something else and one of these dots on top, it creates like such a nice little cluster. And you can write on them because they're not shiny. So this is a relatively recent purchase, and I'm so glad I got it. It's this portable, this little portable tape cutter thing that I got from Paper Plus Cloth. It fits a different variety of tapes. Like I think it can get from the slim size all the way up until standard washi, maybe even a little bigger. And you basically just put it on the tape. You pull the tape, and when you're ready, you press down, and it gets that sort of jagged tape cutter edge on one side, but without obviously having to bring a tape cutter around. So I really like that, because sometimes with the washis that are a little thicker, when you rip them, they end up like so jagged and like very, like they have a slope on the end, you know? But I really like that because it keeps them relatively straight without using scissors and stuff. So yeah, in terms of like writing utensils and like stickers and tapes, I think that's pretty much it. But where I store them, this is a little Muji mesh pen case. This is also a super recent purchase that was in my last video. But I find just for carrying the essentials, it's great. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's just mesh with some gussets on either side. And I can show you how many pens it fits. I've got probably like 5 or 6 in here, a lip balm, a washi. I would probably add a correction tape in there as well, but you'd be like right at the limit. It's just super small and compact. I put this in the water bottle holder of my backpack as well when I go out. So it's definitely, yeah, compact, minimal, if you're not someone that needs to bring a bunch of stuff around. This one I also got earlier this year. I got this from Paper Plus Cloth. It's a freestanding and lay flat pencil case, if that makes sense. I'll show you in a second. But it has 2 main compartments. One where you can clip all of your writing utensils. So this is why the pens with the clips come in handy here. And then it just has that little mesh pocket on the bottom where you can put like a washi tape or a correction tape or paper clips or I don't know, whatever little things in there. Like you can fit, yeah, there's one washi tape in there. And when you close it up, it stands tall, which is cool. So it looks really great on a desk, and it's pretty slim. And I do love things that lay flat, so that's obviously a plus. You just put that right on your desk and everything is ready to go. So one of the last things I mentioned, I got this earlier this year sometime. It's the Canon IV instant like photo printer. And you buy the little paper for it, and it uses no ink. It has like zinc zero ink technology that it says on the back here. And I think it uses like heat to transfer images onto these papers. And I really like it. I found the machine to be quite finicky. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but I find myself having to calibrate it very frequently. So it is gimmicky, but I do think the reward is worth it because you get these cute little sticker photos that I think really liven up a spread. So I do use it very frequently, but unfortunately I don't know if I'd completely recommend it. It's just one of my favorite items when it does work. Up next, for my pals who love a little bit of academic validation, these are some gold stars from Amazon. They're little stickers. I'm ashamed to say this is actually a repurchase. Even though they come with like 1,000 stickers, I've somehow gone through an entire pack, and this is the second pack. But I find them really versatile. They're cute. They kind of go in with the celestial theme I was talking about earlier. And honestly, if you're like me and crave academic validation, even though you're not in school anymore, you can give yourself a little gold star and give them to your friends. They find that funny when you give your friend a little gold star. It's cute. But anyway, yeah, that's all my favorite things this year. I hope you enjoyed. If there's anything that I missed that you think I must check out, please let me know. And yeah, check out my other videos. Thanks for tuning in.